Toos, thank you for guiding us through your micro-enterprise. So there are two more micro-enterprises left to cover: application management and multi-cloud services and cybersecurity. Hans, I'm looking at you now. Could you quickly guide us through these micro-enterprises?
Sure, Christophe, with pleasure. So the mission of the micro-enterprise application and multi-cloud services is really to help our customers with their cloud journeys. To make sure that if we do further cloud adoption, that this happens in an easy way and a secure way. You might question whether cloud is still such a big challenge, but we really see day to day with our customers that even though cloud has been there for multiple years, that lots of organizations are still struggling with steps in their cloud journey.
Mm-hmm. That feels a bit odd, though, knowing cloud is indeed around for so many years already. So what are the problems most of our customers are running into?
What we see is that most of our customers started off with a pilot or a proof of concept to elaborate and experiment with the new functionality of cloud, see what it brings from a time to market point of view or from an innovation point of view. And these pilots became more and more successful and turned into production systems that are currently being used by the end customers. But if you look back and see at the reality today, then actually most business processes are today already supported by a combination of multiple SaaS platforms, a bit of public cloud infrastructure here and there, and a growing need to integrate all that with the back-end systems to get end-to-end experience for the customer. And that's really where the old challenges and topics of the IT come back in the picture. We have to tackle governance, we have to tackle integration and management, and that is really becoming more and more important. Customers also wanted to, or companies looking at cloud, they were mainly expecting cost savings very often. And it also becomes more and more apparent that this doesn't just fall out of the sky. And this is something that needs to be managed. You have to measure it, have to put the right process in place to achieve those goals. And our customers are becoming more and more aware, and that's what we see in the market, that really a hybrid cloud strategy becomes more and more important if you want to achieve those goals, cope with the complexity and integrate everything with those legacy systems that are still around.
Mm-hmm. I asked Johan more or less the same question, but is it possible to put some sort of average on the maturity of Belgian businesses, specifically on their cloud approach?
Yeah, I think there we see everybody already started. So the experimentation phase is over. That was, let's say, 5 to 10 years ago, people started experimenting. Everybody now has matured and started their cloud journey. And we're really seeing a phase of growing pains. Let's say that's what we commonly see.
So what are the main challenges that need to overcome?
The main challenges are that basically we realized together with our customers that using cloud wasn't as easy as just changing a light bulb. That's something that was often the case, or the expectation. You just take a credit card and you ramp up your cloud platform and I'm done. In reality, it doesn't seem to be that easy or that straightforward. So what we do with our customers to see where they are on their cloud journey is we look at 4 dimensions. The first one is application, because application is always driving the application, the cloud journeys. Second one is the FinOps, as we call it, or the cost dimension, because of course that's also something that needs to be looked at, and that changes a lot. And thirdly, and that's something that Mark will cover in more detail, is security. Always very important, of course, to also look at the impact on security. And then finally, that's what we call the base operations, how to manage your cloud platform, make sure that provides the same level of predictability as your on-premise. So if we dive into those one by one, the first one, as I said, is the application dimension. We call it DevOps, but it basically has 2 main portions that we see where we tackle the challenges. The first one is helping our customers with insights in their application landscape to really understand how to evolve from the current landscape legacy systems to cloud and make a roadmap for each of them. In that exercise, we address questions like, where does it make sense to still invest? What is future-proof? Where should I put my money? Which systems can be replaced? Because cloud comes with lots of capabilities that are available on the market in SaaS platforms, in PaaS platforms. So rather than building everything yourself, as we did in the past, nowadays you can just consume what is available and make a jump start. So help identify those workloads which can be replaced. Of course, there are also the application that we can just lift and shift to cloud. But we also tap into our own expertise and background, because we've been managing private clouds and data centers for years. And then a special expertise that we bring to the table is really look at those systems that can be decommissioned or retired. What we've learned over the years is that in most data centers, about 10 to 15% of the application workloads are actually no longer in use or very little used. So that's really an area where we work with our customers to see how we can bring benefits from cloud by just retiring things that are no longer used.
Mm-hmm. And then you're talking about the cost aspect again.
Yes,
probably.
Indeed.
All right.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, that was one of the aspects of applications, looking at the application landscape. And the other one, of course, is that what we see is that if you talk about the cloud evolution or cloud journey, usually this goes hand in hand with a DevOps journey. The evolution to agile working and bimodal. Companies are striving to be much more fast in their time to market, have better collaboration between business and IT, really to come into a situation where they co-create and develop new solutions. And there the struggle is, how does cloud really underpin and support this evolution? So we're there to help them. We may look at technical solutions like making the whole provisioning of infrastructure much more automated with infrastructure as code. And we also integrate those capabilities into a continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline, as it's called. And basically that boils down to making sure that the benefits of cloud are coming from the infrastructure team and made available to the application development community, that they can also benefit from the capabilities from cloud platforms.
All right. Hans, don't get me wrong, but it all sounds quite complex, right? I can imagine customers feel maybe a little bit intimidated by this. Should they be intimidated?
We have a very pragmatic roadmap at Fujitsu, so I don't think they should feel intimidated. We fully recognize that in this roadmap, our customers can be in any place, and no company is the same. So we've really created a methodology that is very modular, and together, looking at the different dimensions, we identify where they are in that journey, and we can adapt our methodology for their situation and go from there. And very often, this is an iterative approach, and this is not a story that has a clear beginning and a clear end. It's more like an iterative thing where we grow and we learn and we continue growing and evolving. And our methodology is there to support our customers in that process.
And it's a methodology to cover the whole journey?
Yes, so we help them with their strategic challenges of why I'm going to cloud, what I'm trying to get out of cloud. We can also help them with the migration process. As I mentioned, we look at the application side, so we can help them in the migration or modernization of their landscape if they want that, or is identified as a needed step. Of course, as Fujitsu, we can also take over the full management of the cloud platform as desired. So we can provide management services of the cloud platform. We can also provide optimization services of the cloud platform to achieve the benefits that we want to achieve from a cost point of view. And for those companies that don't have a cloud platform yet, we also have a solution called the Springboard solution. Basically, those late adopters have the benefit of learning from the lessons others made by making mistakes, and also all the best practices that are out there nowadays in the market. And at Fujitsu, we chose to bring those all together in a library approach. So basically, in a process of 2 weeks' time, we start with a a co-creation workshop, and we end up with a fully operating production-ready cloud landing zone. And in the meantime, we pick and choose those artifacts and libraries, elements from the library we have created to automatically deploy the landing zone.
Mm-hmm. And the Springboard is, you're talking about public cloud or private cloud?
Springboard is a public cloud solution, yes. So okay. If you want to go for Azure or Amazon, we have Springboard offerings, so we can deploy a full brand new landing zone for those customers that have not created one themselves yet.
All right, excellent, Hans. Thank you for breaking down such a, at least for me, complex topic in a quite easy to understand way. Now,